can a man achieve his goal? Very simple. Apparently the question is very simple, but this is so fine and subtle that it is very difficult to give a proper answer which could be conveyed and understood clearly by everyone. How can a man achieve his goal? The first thing is, he must have placed before himself a goal to attain. Many people do not have any goal set before themselves. They simply take food, sleep, and do other things, earn money for his livelihood, and things like that. Starts a family and goes on increasing it. Goal, it is very difficult. Do we have, all of us, a goal of life? The goal of life is very simple, that I must make me a man with a purpose and determination to materialize my ideas, my hopes. We may say also the goal that I have set before myself. I want to attain this goal in my life. Very few people have such a goal. Very few young men think that this is the goal of my life. Very few. But again and again this has been told by every great men of the world, and certainly of our own country, and no doubt by Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna even, that unlettered person who had very little of usual education. What's the goal of life? The goal of life may be said in a simple way that it is achieving the greatest. And what is the greatest thing? That we denote as God. The greatest thing that may be achieved in a human life is the attainment of God, attaining God. What is God? We don't know. God means all the good things put together. And how does God work? God works for the good of all. Just an idea. About God you must have an idea, have a very clear idea. Everyone must have. Everyone may have his own idea of God. But every idea ultimately will melt down to this, that this is the summum bonum of human life. This is the accumulation of all good things, and it works only for the good of everyone. So there is a very close relation between the good and God. God stands for everything that is good and provokes or helps everyone to attain this God. A godly person, if you go to a godly person, he will listen. Just by seeing, you will be somewhat mesmerized. Oh, what a sort of man is this? His face is like that, his body is like that, his movement is like that, he talks in this fashion. And there is nothing which he hankers for. He has nothing to get from other people, but he is ready to give his all if possible for the good of others. Such a man is a godly man. And the greatest of that godliness is God. How can a man achieve his goal? Think of the goal. Have every day a clearer idea about the goal of your life and search in your mind how to achieve this goal. You may read books, you may go to classes, religious classes, and listen to so many things. But most people go to such classes, lectures, etc., they listen, and while they come back to their home, they forget almost everything. Just a few words may be retained in the mind. In most cases that happens. Some people are there, they go to a lecture, sit there and go on sleeping. Somebody will push him when the lecture is over. Oh, it's over. Oh, it has come to an end, so let us go. It's almost the same. Those who keep awake and listen attentively, they also, when they go home, as they reach their home, they have forgotten already in the meantime most of the things he listened. A little may be retained there, and for the pleasure of sharing a little of his gladness that he had while listening to the lecture, he may give to others. Oh, what a wonderful lecture I have heard today. But very little will remain in him and inspire him to follow or put into practice what he learned from the lecture. That's the thing. I have seen so many people and so many places where such things go on. I have never found that someone has benefited very much. This at least is a good thing, that while the time he passes there listening to the lectures, some bad things do not come to his mind, maybe. Or there may be other people also, they are also while sitting and listening to such a beautiful lecture, he will be thinking about something, doing some mischievous thoughts may be working in his mind at that time also. So it is a very difficult thing. But things have become very easy if we go the proper way. And it is our good fortune that we are born in a time when Sri Ramakrishna is known by many, many, many people. Many people have come to know of the Holy Mother, Sarada Devi. There are so many other giants, religious giants, not that they are the only thing, only people. There is Swami Vivekananda. But Swami Vivekananda, it seems, is just one of us. Swamiji seems to be living in the sea of humanity today even. Because the moment we think of him, we find him, we can exchange our ideas with him. What we are doing here, we are just trying to think about the teachings, about the beauty of his own life, his sacrifice, his love for all human beings, not only human beings. Even there were a few pet dogs at Beluru Math, and how Swamiji used to take care of them, how he loved these dogs. Or a goat, it comes, how Swamiji was lovingly caress it and make sure that it has sufficient food and good food for that. These are the things. To think of the teachings, the kernel of all teachings is that there is only God and nothing else. The whole universe, the material universe, with plants, trees, seas, water, anywhere, everything is nothing but God, nothing but God. And to realize this, before we pass away, go out of the stage, all the world's a stage, men and human beings are only merely players, Shakespeare said. So, before we pass away, we must have a little, capture this idea a little, that everything is God, everything is God, everything is God. Nobody is our foe, everyone is a friend. Everyone we must love, and everyone also must love me because of my life, because of my thoughts, because of my actions. If we believe in this, then we become a better human being, and gradually we are going towards achieving the goal of our life.